And our in-depth election coverage continues now. Kim Kalunian is in East Providence with our political analyst with more on what they're seeing in terms of voter turnout. Kim?
Yeah, Mike and Shannon, you mentioned a lot of those local races, but it's certainly the presidential race that's really getting out the vote today. I'm joined now by 12 News political analyst Joe Fleming. Joe, what are we seeing in terms of turnout?
In terms of turnout in Rhode Island, we're seeing a pretty good turnout. As of 5 o'clock, it was 445,000 people had voted, which is 56% of the eligible voters.
Wow.
So it looks like there's a good chance that we're going to go over 60% today. 4 years ago, we did 522,000. I don't think we're going to hit that, but we're going to be up there getting closer to 500,000. So it's been a good turnout. People like to come out and cast their vote for president. Yeah,
in terms of what we normally see in non-presidential years, this is a big difference.
This is a big, well, let's put it this way. 2 years ago in the governor's race, the turnout was 44% statewide.
Wow.
And right now we're at 56%, and there's still more time for voting. Historically, you always see about a 10 to 12% higher turnout in a presidential election in Rhode Island.
And so talking about the presidential election, you know, all eyes are going to be on those swing states tonight as the results start to come in after the polls close. What are you going to be watching?
Well, I'm going to be looking right at 7 o'clock. Georgia's going to be closing, then at 7:30, North Carolina's going to be closing. The Georgia officials say their results are going to come in pretty quick this time, not like 4 years ago. So they're saying by 8 o'clock, they may have 70 or 80% of their vote in. That'll give us a good indication. And if those two states go one way or the other for one candidate, that could be an indication of what's going to come. After that, I'm going to be looking at the blue wall, what they call it. Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. If the vice president carries those three states, she will probably be the president as long as she wins that one district in Nebraska and everything else stays the same. And if Donald Trump cuts in there, then things change quite a bit. So we're going to be watching. Some of these races may be very close in these states. It could take a day or two to get results, but again, it's a possibility. There could be enough showing earlier tonight. We could have a result by maybe 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Will we know the winner tonight? It sounds like maybe not.
We may not. Well, again, if everything starts to go one way, breaks towards President Trump or breaks towards Vice President Harris, then we may see a winner tonight. But again, these small group of 3 or 4% undecided voters, again, if they all break one way, we could have a winner. If they split what they're doing, this may take a day or two before we find out who actually won the race.
Obviously, all eyes are on the presidential election, but there are, you know, multiple local and statewide races as well, including some bond referenda, 5 questions for Rhode Island voters. What are you watching locally?
Well, locally, there's 4 bond referendums as far as dealing with money, education, the arts. Rhode Island voters tend to always pass these bonds. They have a history of passing bonds that's going to help the state of Rhode Island. The one question I'm looking at is question number 1, the Constitutional Convention, if the voters want to approve or reject it. There's been strong opposition against it. There's been some people in favor of it, but 10 years ago that went down. We have to see tonight if that passes and we have a Constitutional Convention, or does it get defeated again.
And we are expecting results to come in pretty quickly after the polls close at 8 o'clock. 12 News political analyst Joe Fleming, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
We'll send it back to you.